Hi, and welcome back to Good Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen. Today we've got a reading for you about somebody that is avoiding a conversation because they know it's going to get out of hand. They know it's probably going to devolve into an argument. And there may also be a fear, what happens if we have this argument? Are you going to stop being my friend? Are you going to break up with me? But this is a conversation that needs to happen. It doesn't change won't happen unless they talk about it. So I feel like this is maybe a reading about advice you could give to a friend or help for you if this is something you need to speak up about. But let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day. What's up, dude? How are you? I'm doing pretty good. Hello, Jess. Hello, April. How are we doing? If you're interested in a personal reading, my email address is in the description box below. And we're going to start with the Golden Lenormand. What else do we have? Number 20, the Garden. Number 32, the Moon. That's the Moon. So it feels to me like there's something that somebody is upset about, maybe with a group of people even, but I don't feel like I can say anything because I feel like people are going to judge me for it. So there's this concern. I don't know if I should really say anything. I feel like I should just deal with it on my own. So there's a hesitancy, right? Or hesitation. Number 17, the Storks, and number 36, the Cross. So this would be good news. But the thing is, it requires a little bit of hard work. So it feels to me like this pair is saying you can get the outcome that you want. You may not realize how well this conversation could actually go. You may be making it out to be worse than it really is. This could be, needing to talk with your family, needing to talk to your friend group. This is the Mystical Cat. Hey, Peggy. How's it going? Hello, Key Controller. How are we doing? Did I say hello to April? I think I did. I hope I did. What else do we have? Tower in the reverse. Three of Sky, or the Three of Swords in the reverse, and the Ace of Sky, which is the Ace of Swords. Someone is convinced that if they speak their truth, if they say what's really going on or how they really feel, that it's going to cause some upheaval. But it looks to me like they are expecting worse than they would really find. Maybe you think somebody would completely disagree with you, or maybe you think if I say this to the person I'm seeing, they'll view it as a deal breaker, and then now we won't be dating anymore. If I say this to my sibling, then maybe they're going to disown me. There's something here about fear of judgment. Ace of Fire, Ace of Wands, and the World. With the Six of Fire, which is the Six of Wands. Yeah, there's hesitation here. I know what is needing to be said. I know I should speak up for myself, or I know I should say, maybe this is even somebody who has to confess that they have a desire to get out of the friend zone, or that they have a crush on somebody, but you're making something out to be scarier than it actually is. You might be surprised by the outcome. With the Six of Wands, it says you get what you want, basically. You just have to approach it the right way. But we have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands right next to each other. So a new beginning happens because you tell the truth. Nine of Fire or the Nine of Wands in the reverse. The Fire Queen or the Queen of Wands in the reverse. This is just fear or insecurity that's taking over. It's making you feel like you should give up or you should not deal with something, but you're being, I feel like there's intuition coming in for you, maybe through dreams or even music, that tells you you should just say something. You might after this reading randomly hear a song that is talking about like speak your mind or say something, you know what I mean? Three of Wands and Good Kitty, which is Judgment. Take action. Do the thing you've been thinking about. Don't hold back. For some of you, like I said at the beginning, you could be a good friend or like a family member, and your advice telling this person to speak up in a situation where they need to is what gets them to finally make that decision. But with Good Kitty and Ace of Wands, I do feel like whoever I'm reading for, there's a very strong chance that you're going to decide, okay, I'm going to just say something. Because if you don't say anything, there's not going to be any change. People need to know that there's something that needs to be addressed for it to be addressed. It's not always going to be everyone's on the same page, right? So yeah, this is very clear. It's time for you to say something. People will take you seriously or more seriously than you expect. This is the Kipper. That's cute. What else do we have? Concern and great fortune. Bad health. So some of you are worried about talking to a family member about something important, maybe even about who you are, what you want, what you've been up to, what you do for work. You might be afraid you'll get disowned. You might be afraid that you'll be written out of a will. You might be afraid that people think that you don't know what you're doing if you started your own business. This is like, if I speak up, I think people are going to tell me I did something stupid, or they're going to tell me that I'm risking too much. Let's see. This is the signs of the times. Since we got garden from the Lenormand, we might get the community card again, the bees. Anchor, stability, and bullseye focus. Number 16 and number 40. So you know what you're doing. You're on the right path, but there are people that would potentially doubt you with whatever it is that you're choosing to do. They may not fully support it. And you know that, but I also feel like you might, I don't know, it's like you expect them to yell at you, but maybe it's more like they'll make a joke about it, like, oh, okay, whatever, you know? This is the Rider-Waite. What else do we have? Seven of Swords, Five of Swords in the reverse, and the Moon. It's getting a little bit burdensome to keep this to yourself. It's not easy to lie or sneak around or keep this out of other people's ears. So it kind of feels to me like at some point you might say something you don't mean to somebody else, or you might tell, a close friend, and then someone you feel like you should have told yourself finds out from someone else. So there's something here about if you do not take the opportunity to speak your truth, someone may speak it for you and they might mess it up, or you might feel like you missed an opportunity to do it the right way. Queen of Cups, Seven of Cups in the reverse, and the Five of Wands. You just feel like there's no way it's going to go smoothly. Like, how could this conversation end any other way other than an argument? But I think it's all about your approach. And if you're willing to, if you need to take a break, How do you do in terms of keeping your voice strong, calm, quiet? Do you need some notes? Do you need to practice what you got to say? Like, there's ways to make this work. And I feel you're looking at it as, or your friend, as something that's a little impossible when it's not. You're smarter. You're smarter than that. King of Cups in the reverse, Six of Swords in the reverse, and the Knight of Wands. There is a time pressure here. Things get worse if you don't speak up soon. It's like somebody gets offended. For some of you, I don't feel it's a majority of you, but for some of you, this is, when do I tell people that I'm going to be a parent? And how do I do it in a way where people don't get offended because they might hear from someone else, right? Who do I tell before I post it on social media? That kind of thing. But there is a timeline here where if you don't speak up, if you don't say whatever it is that you need to say, someone else says it, and it irritates someone that you care about and probably also irritates you. So you can avoid the fight by speaking up or saying things when you need to, or at least minimize it. Nine of Wands in the reverse, Eight of Pentacles, and that Queen of Wands again. So you may feel like speaking up is going to put you in the hot seat. People are going to have questions for you, but you are skilled. You know what you're doing. You have luck on your side. We had focus and stability. So I do feel like whatever it is you have to say, you can back it up, or you can handle the questions they might have. It doesn't seem to be quite that bad. This is the Path of Shadows. Hello, Rainbow Warrior. How are you doing? Hello, Mona. How's your day? Hello, Rachel. How are you doing? I've got people pleasing. I wonder how much of myself I've lost in others. The pieces that remain, no one can notice. Sabotaging relationships. In the tangle of love, my demons emerge, and I wonder if yours will ask them to dance. Procrastination. The ticking of the clock distracts me from the fact that my worst enemy hides in my mind. You cannot procrastinate on this. Once you speak up, everything seems to move at a better pace and in the direction that you want. But if you don't speak up, you're sabotaging a relationship. This is the Energy Oracle. Let's see what we have. Door to personal healing and happiness. Pretty self-explanatory, but you know what I really love? Look what it's clarifying. It's an actual door, you guys. You have to speak up, and that is what enables you to walk through the door. That's when things go even better for you. Patience, number 16. I feel you've already demonstrated patience, or that you may underestimate how much patience another person has for you. This is the Bianco Nero. What else do we have? Seven of Swords, That was also the first card out of the last tarot deck. Hierophant. Nine of Wands. Some of you have been lying about a relationship. Some of you have been lying about whether or not you're married because you are expecting. Some of you have been a little bit nervous to talk about what your religious beliefs might be. There's just this hesitation or unwillingness to be fully authentic because you do sense that somebody is going to be judgmental or it's going to be an argument. And I do feel like it's part of who you are, right? It's not just, oh, I decided to, travel to Mexico last week and I didn't tell you, right? No, it's a little bit more personal than that. Hello, it's okay. How are you doing? What else do we have? Four of Swords. King of Swords. Hermit in the reverse. I mean, maybe you just need a little bit of time in nature, a little bit of time to yourself to think about how you want to say things. And with the Hermit in the reverse, there could be somebody here who wants to give you advice, and I don't know if it's that great. Some of you may benefit from writing down what you want to say or giving it to somebody as a letter. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse and the Knight of Swords. Yeah. I feel like you have different beliefs. You have a different lifestyle or you approach things differently. So this could be like family member that doesn't really like how you're choosing. Maybe they really wanted you to do a particular thing for your profession. Maybe they really wanted you to, get more education. But this is like, you know what? I can't really just sit here and live my life for you based off of what you think is considered an accomplishment or not. This is what I'm doing. This is how I'm living, right? However that applies to your situation. This is what's going on. And if you want to judge it, that's on you. But, I'm just going to tell you the truth and not hide it or not try to, make it seem like it's what you want it to be. Six of Swords in the reverse, Death and Star. And you expect things to get, I think, kind of difficult at that point. Yeah, I live my life differently. I do things maybe the way that you didn't like or don't like. How mad are you? And I think you're going to see that this person has changed in some way, or this person wants to work things through. They're not looking to be, judgy of you, at least not the way you expect. This is the Cats Rule the Earth. Eight of Pentacles. The Moon. I really feel like for a lot of you, this is how you make your money or how you spend your money. Like somebody has something to say about it and you're like, it's my life. I can do what I want. If I'm making good money and I feel like I want to go on a vacation, then I will. If I want to have a second job as a DJ, even though you think that those are horrible places to be, it's okay. I'm making more money. It's not the end of the world, right? It's okay. We don't have to be exactly on the same page with that. Eight of Swords. Ace of Swords. Ace of Cups in the reverse. If I tell you the truth, are you going to reject me? If I tell you the truth, are you going to disown me? If I tell you the truth, are you going to end our friendship? This is the concern that somebody's facing. I want to be honest. I want to, just like what stop having to hide things or stop having to pretend. But I am genuinely worried that you would judge me very harshly. Queen of Wands. Knight of Swords in the reverse. For some of you, partly you may be concerned with how you will be judged because you may have had success overnight or the type of approach. It's like it's a modern success, or maybe it's technology based, or you started your own like logistics coming. I don't know. It might be difficult for this person to understand what your business actually entails or how you actually live your life. They may not have a clear understanding of this thing or this attribute, right? And I feel like when you talk more about who you are, what you've decided, how you've, innovated something or done something your own way, you realize that maybe it's worth it because you feel so much better when you're able to tell the truth. Hello, John McAfee. How are you doing? I can't tell what the first part is. Sorry. What else do you have? Three of Cups. And the Six of Cups. So the question is, will you still love me? Will you still support me when I tell you how I live my life, what I make my money doing, how I spend my money, or whatever it is? Because obviously we live our lives in different ways. Let's go with the Voyage of the Soul. What else do we have? Thank you, Peggy. Answers: clarity, transparency, justification, disclosed, and bear. This is you being authentic, you not having to, hide who you really are. Lessons. Remember we had that cross card from the Lenormand? Dark Night of the Soul is one of the interpretations of it. This lessons card also says Dark Night of the Soul. Distress, loss, and experience. You know more about the world now. You know more about yourself. I feel like this is it for a lot of you. This is somebody who's older than you that you feel is going to tell you you're living your life the wrong way. And you're going to be surprised to hear that they actually have some appreciation for how you've gone your own way. Some of you are going to hear this person share their own story about how they wish they had been able to do something different in their life, but they felt like they had to follow the orders, right? They felt like they had to follow what was expected of them. All right, this is What's the News. What else do we have? Obsession, physical attraction, sex appeal, self-medicating, addictions, irrational behavior. So for some of you, we've got a difference in terms of how you enjoy your alone time or your free time. They may think that it's hedonistic of you to drink alcohol. They may feel like you are irrational in terms of how you approach spending, things like that. I do feel like this is mature versus immature in somebody's mind. I'm not saying you're actually immature. It seems like you're actually real successful. You got your stuff together, but like the conversation that somebody is fearing is because they feel they're going to be judged. Like you don't take things seriously. This could be somebody who quit school to start their own business. Ghost, no closure, cowardice, disappearing act. Brick wall, defense mechanism, guarded and hard to reach. This could be someone you haven't spoken to in a long time because you had a falling out years ago. And now you're trying to work on a reconciliation. This is the situation stack. I almost couldn't get it, you guys. All right, what else do we have? Love, adore, admire, enchantment. Future, days, weeks, months. Connected in the reverse. Interlude, timing factor. Some of you are having this conversation to let a family member know who you've fallen in love with or who you want to marry, who you're starting a family with. It does seem pretty clear to me that there's maybe been low contact or no contact between some family members, possibly friends, but this feels more like a family connection. And there's a concern that if you find out I'm getting married, if you find out I'm starting a family or I already started a family, how are you going to judge me? If you find out that I had a child before I was married, do your morals tell you that now you have to like disown me, right? Yeah, crickets, silence, non-action. For others of you, this is saying, even though there's been love between you and this family member, you haven't been speaking. But that's like good and bad, right? When you come back around and you show that you're wanting to invest or you want to talk to this person again, I do feel like there's still love in that person's heart for you, and they're going to maybe be less likely to judge you than you expect because they still love you, right? But we have unconditional love and divine masculine in the reverse. This person isn't perfect. Whoever you're dealing with that you are concerned is going to judge you, they do love you. They're not perfect. They start fights. They don't like to be held accountable. Things like that, right? They might be super stubborn, but this person loves you. They never stopped loving you. Grip, anchor, chains, weighed down. When you are finally able to speak your mind, this is going to make you feel like you're on vacation, like you turned in that major paper that was due. It's going to be a relief. Let's see. What else do we want? We'll go with, this is the truth is. Watching you. Someone has their eyes on you. And they might already know what you've been up to, even if you've been quiet. They may have felt like you were a gold digger at one point, or that you weren't going to make your own money. But I feel like now they're looking at you and seeing that you've made a success of yourself, or you're seeing something really take off and do well. But here's your problem. You have to tell this person about your love life. Caught up in a compromising position. I feel like for a lot of you, this is somebody who has to say, I know I haven't talked to you in a long time, but I wanted you to just, like meet the person that, is my spouse or that I'm going to have a child with, right? Hello, Ground Zero. What's going on? Toxic, unhealthy relationship patterns. Again, this person is stubborn. This person is not perfect. They probably start fights. They may not have the same views, right? But they do love you. The thing is, you are nervous because you have to tell them something that you really do feel like they're going to judge you for. But I don't think they are. You just got to Gotta go for it. Let's see. What do we want? How about this one? This is the Love Oracle. Me too. Let's see. Did it flip over? No. Cloudy judgment, illusions, unbalanced, and distorted. Breaking point, limit, final straw, and overwhelmed. So in the past, there was a situation that happened between the two of you that made you feel like there was no going back. You said what you said, you did what you did. I don't like it. So I do feel like this at one point was no contact, or you just didn't really want to invest, right? And now we have a second chance, a return. Opportunity and making amends. So I do feel like at some point, probably when you were a child or a teenager, this person would have been very strict with you regarding their perception of you dating or being with other people. They expected you to suppress desires and, that kind of thing. So you may have had a very religious upbringing, or this person that you're looking to reconcile with or talk to again. This is somebody who would have judged you for, a lot of things in terms of a love life or a sex life. Bitterness, resentment, anger, and hurtful words. So they may have judged you for your choices, your lifestyle, your beliefs when you were younger. That caused a fracture or a division. Went no contact or low contact. And now there's a life event or something that's going on that makes you feel like it's time to reconnect. Maybe they've reached out to you, but you may be showing up with a little bit of a surprise for them. One day, someday, somewhere, another time. There's still hope. Maybe someday we'll have the ability to set aside our differences and just enjoy each other's company instead of trying to, influence the other one. Abandoned, left out, walked away, and cold. So as I said, this was at some point no contact, or okay, that's cool. I guess we're not going to know each other because we don't agree on things. We have a different perspective on how life should be lived. This is the Poe Tarot. I don't read these in the reverse, by the way. Hello, Johnny. How are you doing today? What else do we have? The Star, Seven of Wells or Seven of Cups, and Death, which is number 13. The Star says, when the light was extinguished, she covered me warm and she prayed to the angels to keep me from harm, to the Queen of the Angels to shield me from harm. Yes, you and this person were distant. You did not talk to each other, or you may have assumed they didn't really think about you very often. They were praying for you pretty constantly, maybe every night, hoping that everything would go well for you because they did worry about you. Seven of Wells or Seven of Cups. And have I not told you that what you mistake for madness is but over acuteness of the sense? You and this individual have a different perception on the world. And you may think that they are short-sighted, and they may think that you are, radical or naive. There's a difference of opinion, probably on a few subjects. And that's okay. You don't have to be the same, right? That's one of the nice things in life, is a little bit of differences here, right? But this is, I think, each of you kind of looking at the other one as, you don't know anything. Maybe you know a little bit. but I know a little bit more than you, right? It's different perspective. Raised in different times, I would guess. The boundaries which divide life from death are at best shadowy and vague. Who shall say where the one ends and where the other begins? There is, in my opinion, new life coming into the world. Someone may be finding out they're pregnant. Someone may be announcing that they had a child. Somebody may be saying that they're getting married and then they're going to start a family. I feel like there's something here about I've done something important and I want you to be a part of it, even though we haven't talked for a long time. This is the Spiritual AF deck. What else do we have? Oh, yeah. I missed one. All right, I'll take it. We got the Emperor. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. They might have been looking through photo albums. They may have been looking through old videotapes of, family vacations or whatever. I feel like this person that you are worried is going to judge you is somebody who genuinely misses you and wishes that things had gone differently. I think they're going to be more welcoming than you expect. Life would be a lot more fun if everyone's middle name was motherfucking. I'm not going to disagree. I think it would be a little bit cool. Yeah. Know the difference between shame and guilt. That's a really good one. Look at the fucking moon. Get outside. Breathe in the nature. And we did have the moon at the beginning of the reading. Remember? What else do we have? You can't have a positive AF life with a negative AF mind. Get off your ex's page, say a prayer, and go the fuck to sleep. Spirit's calling you out, you guys. I love this one. OMG, calm the fuck down. We've got grab life by the balls and make it your bitch. You don't have to rebuild a relationship with everyone you have forgiven. Forgiveness, it's not really free, but it should be something that everybody gets, because otherwise the alternative is, hey, I got this grudge I'm going to have to wear on my back because I have to be angry at somebody all the time. No, let it go. You didn't act the way you should have, but it's how it is. I want to keep moving. I'm not going to let it stop me, right? I'm not going to obsess over that. Be a badass love beam today. This one came out yesterday, I think. Or was it earlier today? I don't know, you guys. I do too many readings. What else? Be the change you wish to see up in this bitch. I think you can do that, right? I believe in you. Let's see if the Zodiac fortune telling cards have some good news for you, shall we? What else do we have? You have or will receive unexpected pleasure. Well, that sounds good. I like that for you. Hasty news. Yo, I feel like you're the one with the hasty news. I feel like you're the one who has to tell somebody about it. Being true to a friend will injure your future. Be careful. There could be somebody in your life that asks you to lie for them or asks you to do something without really giving you the full scoop on what's going on. So be cautious. Heartaches and troubles before real success. Yeah. This person may have only known you when you were dealing with the heartaches and the troubles. They may see you as somebody who partied too much. They may see you as somebody who got caught up in unhealthy relationships. They may see you as somebody who is like a lost soul. But you have made progress. You came out as the Six of Wands. You're in a much better place. You've learned a lot about who you are and what you're capable of. And I do feel like that person's going to give you credit for that. A short sorrow. There is some difficulty. I feel like it's something when you talk to this person and, you say the thing you need to say and then things start getting nice again and you're like catching each other up. I feel like there's going to be something that you hear that's sad. I really don't like that. For some of you, you're going to hear like a family pet has passed away. Some of you are going to hear that a family house has been sold or some favorite haunt is no longer in town. But it's going to be less sorrowful for you because you're going to have that person who you're talking to back in your life. That's going to go easier for you than you expect. So, all right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. Did I say hello to Pharaoh? I love Pharaoh. I will see you on the next reading. Doodles.